All right, we're back with some 1865 What If Rio Grande War, and I'll show you where we're left off at and what we got going on. I'm gonna turn the old background sound down there, and all right, well, it is a new turn. Turn number one was mostly, like I said, logistics. We didn't know the game and used up all of our action points on the United States side. Uh, Learned from it, and therefore the Imperials went ahead and maneuvered and got some reinforcements also. But I think they were more of a urgent case of maneuver. What we did here, though, we brought all these units on down, and they can only go as far as their supply, so you had to stop here. But I went ahead and moved the French general. Let's get his name right. Bazaine, or whatever. He went up there with the rest of the leaders at Monterey Fortress. So that will that's all the corrections I would have made. I wouldn't have left him out there in the open. He's got troops back there. We need his. He's got the best leadership rating anyway with that 3. So he's there with the Emperor Maximilian and another general that I have not seen in the read up, unless I got to read it again. But his name's Mariam, and whether it's a abbreviation or what, we're not sure. But so now it's time for the naval supremacy phase. And what we'll be doing with that is rolling a die to abstractly represent the goings on the high seas between the two forces. Now, last month, the month of December, the French had naval supremacy. So let me grab me a die here, and I'll be right back, and we'll get on with it. Alright, we're back here with our battle box with the all-important naval supremacy die roll. We get a 6. Alright, well, that will come out here to be... Oh, where is the naval supremacy table? Alright, and it is allied. Let's see, we got our modifiers. Imperial controls 3 or more ports on the Caribbean. Oh, Imperial controls. He does control 1, 2, 3. I don't know about 4. 3 or more. 3 or more. Okay, well, 3 will qualify. So that's a -1. That makes it a 5. Allies control 3 or more ports on their Caribbean. +1. Well, we got Corpus and Brownsville. So I think it's the Imperial advantage on that one. So that'll be a -1 on the die roll. See rules for results. Huh. Alright, well, it says allied. So Imperial controls 3 or more ports on the Caribbean. 1, 2, 3. And we only got 2. So there you go. We need to capture us a port as a U.S. player. See rules for results, but I think the rules are here at the... Well, it's still the Allies. It was a good die roll for the Allies, so we will go ahead on the naval superior table and move it to the Allied turn. Alright, so our 2 parties here are the Allies and Imperial, but we'll be calling them from now on. Alright, let me make sure everything's set to go. Everybody's points are at 0. We're now ready for the event phase. Let me go check the rules real quick. Make sure our naval supremacy is done by the book. Alright, they got a big old write-up. Alright, gotta love it. Naval operations, naval supremacy. Old Miranda has got us all taken care of here. Events may change the above results, so our next action will be events. Could change these results, but as it is right now, the U.S. player with the naval supremacy gets to conduct naval support during combat once per game, conduct an amphibious operation, deploy reinforcements at Caribbean ports. The player without naval supremacy cannot conduct any of the above actions if the result is parity, which it was not. Alright, naval movement amphibious assaults are to be consulted when we do that, but that is where we're at now. Oh, it's a nice day. Hold on a second here. Alright, I'm sorry about the dirty windows, but you can see Grass is green all over. Spring and sprung. Well, grass is green in everybody's yard, but mine. Mine is dead. I don't know. My dog don't run around that much. I don't know what the deal is here. I mean, he does run around, but they got dogs too. Everybody's got dogs. And theirs is green, mine's black. So I have aerated, I've seeded. The seed just sits on top, I guess, and the rain just washes it away. I don't know how you're supposed to do that. I guess maybe you're supposed to thatch or something, but yeah, I'm going to get my weed and feed out and do that this weekend. We do have some chores to do, take advantage, but it's nice early morning. And it's got war games written all over it. Be right back. All right, ready to use the Allies event table. Roll a die for the Allies event. And another thing I just thought of too while sitting here is I think Alexander and Grant are at a gaming convention this weekend. What kind of life is that? You were here in my town last week for 3 or 4 days of gaming. Now they're at a convention, and it's a 3 or 4 day convention. So I mean, I just started work back up. I can't take off work to go anywhere. It's a 6-hour drive. I could have left last night and got 2 days in, but nah, my work kills me physically and mentally. It isn't that bad so far. I'm still fresh because of the season, but I would have had to come back. I got to get up really early while it's still dark out Monday morning, so it don't work for me right now. But yeah. Oh, you just think of life. Going to gaming conventions. So they played games. I don't think I've played a live opponent on a war game. Oh, when was it? A live opponent? Well, no. I mean, face to face, not on the computer, because I've done a couple vassals. Oh, it had to be over 20 years ago. 20 years ago. So I've never really sat down with anybody on the other side of the table in 20 years. Talk about a solitary war gamer. Now, I have played on Vassal, but those work out somewhat. I've had mixed results on that, but my old buddy Russell, if he's out there, if he ever sees me, I used to work with him, and I told him I used to play Risk when I was in Boy Scouts and all this other stuff. And I got into it. We used to do the Strategos and stuff like that. Anything that was military. They had some really good military games. One was Carrier Strike. Look under Carrier Strike under YouTube, the old Carrier Strike game. But we went to campouts and used to play that. But he told me about Africa Corps. And my first game was Africa Corps. All right, we're getting back here. We're gonna roll a die for the old Allied events, and it is a 4. Allied events with a 4. Filibuster. Oh, it never sounds good. Recruit 1 Mexican Republic untried cavalry or infantry unit and 2 supply points. Well, hell, that don't sound bad. Deploy 1. Apply on 1 coastal hex. Caribbean and Pacific. Things cannot be Imperial Zone of Control. Recruit 1 Mexican Republic untried cavalry or infantry unit and 2 supply points. Be right back. Alright, well, the only untried cavalry or infantry, this isn't even infantry, this is composite, so that negates him. These are all tried, so that negates them. The only one I can come down here was a partisan. It doesn't say anything about partisans or regular. It just says recruit 1 Mexican Republic untried cavalry. Alright, I think that's the only one we're going to have, so we'll take him. And it's like I said, he's composite infantry. That's cavalry and infantry. But, well, that's 1 Mexican Republic untried cavalry, or, and it says or. What the word is you gotta be a lawyer with these games. So, okay, we'll take it as, and we'll take him. I mean, I don't know if they got any cavalry well, I guess they do. There you go. Mexican, there's their cavalry. Let me look and see what the difference is here. You can see the 2 symbols. I mean, they're both cavalry symbols. You're right. Alright, that pretty well clears it up. Now, we cannot use the guerrillas or partisans. We need cavalry, so we won't be able to use that nice little event. Alright, we're putting these guys all back in the stack because we have no untried cavalry. Huh. Maybe later on in the game, I guess, when you get some casualties, that event will apply, but right now It's left me high and dry. Alright. Get these guys back here. I will fix this up a little bit later. So, what else will we get? 2 filibuster, recruit 1 Mexican, Republican, untried, blah, blah, blah. Our infantry, and 2 supply points. We don't have supply points. Alright, well, that just didn't do that with us. Hold on, I gotta straighten this out. We'll be right back. Alright, well, unfortunately, filibuster was a bust. We don't meet any of the criteria, or rather, we don't have any units. So that's that. We will go all the way over here, though, to the number 4, and we get 3 action points added in that event. So we'll put our action points up here to 3, and we will go on from there to our next phase. Oh, where are we at here? Action point determination. Allied player determines the number of action points. Alright. We will be on that. Alright, so we get action points by events. Because at the end of each one, it tells you how many action points are added. And then, when you're done with that, you go down here to the Allied Action Point Generation Table. We already did the first one with the events, and we got us a whopping 3. And we're looking for the Allied leaders on the map and Allied controlled ports on the Caribbean, which we have 2. So we'll move that up to 5. And now we'll move it up the number of leaders we have on the map. We'll be right back. All right, we have 1 here. 1 leader, Sheridan. Custer 2. Juarez 3. Wallace 4. At this base here, which is ours, we have Escobar or somebody. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one here will be 7. So we have 7 leaders on the map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll have 12 action points. And that ain't bad. That's a lot of marches. We can do a lot of attacks with that. Alright, so I believe that is it for the action point phase. Now we can purchase units. And after that, conduct our marches. Let me make sure I'm doing it the way it's supposed to, if that's right. And we will continue. Alright, well, first of all, we got to get somebody at Corpus Christi. So we are going to reduce the Allied action points by 1 because we do not have a unit there. It is not controlled. So Corpus Christi is wide open. We'll have to get some kind of a token force there or something. What we're going to buy is an engineer unit and a veteran engineer unit at that. Veteran infantry brigade, blah, blah, blah. Look over here. I can't see it this way, but where we at? There you go. Leader engineer 4, and we got us a veteran Marine unit. And it says down here, veteran, where we at? Cavalry. I can't see it. Veteran, Marine regiment, that is a 3. Right there at the big white spot. So we take off 7 from our total. And that'll give us 4 action points left for 4 marches. I'm going to figure out where I can deploy these units at. We'll be right back. Alright, I'll put both of those units as stacking limits allow, which they do here with Custer. So we'll go ahead and sneak them on in there. Another thing I want to do is, I really don't know if I should. I only got 4 marches, 4 action points left for attacks. But I'd like to get me a tactics marker. I think those will come in handy. Yeah. So therefore, we will spend, let's see. Where'd you have that? I seen it down there. Recruit chart. Base militia. Tactics. For details, purchase the tactics marker 1. Okay. Just making sure everything's good. Then when you look for it, you can't find it. But like I said, it's a round table. I need to get off my lazy butt. That's why I put it on this roundabout table here so I can walk around and look at everything that's... because some of these tables are upside down for me here. So we will reduce this down to 3. Give us a tactics marker in the, well, where do you put these tactic markers? U.S. staging area? Huh. All right. Like so. We've got 3 action points left. Let me go ahead and deploy these units with Custer, and we'll start our marches. Meat of the game coming on up. All right, old Custer's definitely got the nice little stack there. Getting ready to cross the Rio Grande. I have 3 action points left, which will give me 3 marches. Do I go ahead and go 1, 2, 3? And the thing of it is, the procedure is you'll march, attack, and when that's done, the next one you'll spend an action point, march, and attack, and when that's done, the next one will march and attack. All right. And even though there's units, there might be enemy units next to them. If you ain't got a march order and you don't attack, you can't attack. That's kind of cool. Good design hints and notes to be taken when I make my own game about all these mechanics. Employed by Joseph Miranda. And, I got old Joe Youst. Did the map, but it's a nice map. Definitely a nice map with its volcanoes in 3D. All right, we'll be back with the heart of the game. I got to figure out some strategy here. What we're going to do as the Allied player. We'll be back. All right, then. I think for our first offensive operation of the game, we're going to expend 1 action point. And we'll spend that on our old boy, Custer. All right, Custer's going to be the one to lead it off. And he will move 1, 2, 3. All right, now he would usually have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But luckily for Custy, we gave him an engineer unit. So they can go ahead and make us a nice little bridgeway across the Rio Grande. So we'll go ahead and move him. And another reason is the slowest unit in the group will be our supply unit. So we will be moving out of our base at Laredo, and we'll be moving 1, 2, and then 3. We'll get ready for the attack. Now we look and see if I have to spend another action point to actually attack, or if that action point takes care of the movement and attack. The base will be abandoned and put over in a little recruitment pile. But there you go. And then this way, we don't get no negative modifiers for crossing over a river. This way here, there's no river hexside. So we'll go ahead with the first attack. Will be Custer going against old Matamoros, whatever that is, if I pronounced it right. But it's a nice little port and a town, so we'll definitely go for that. Coming up with combat procedure. Let me make sure I did everything all right, and we'll be right back. Oh, I don't have to stop here because this is a Allied unit. No zone of control, no enemy zone of control, so we're going to pull in there and check out the combat procedures. All right, so we were getting ready for the first battle. And old Custer come from Laredo with his engineers, able to scoot on down here within 3 movement points. 1, 2, 3, and we'll commence an attack against Matamoros along the coast. Little made battle marker there I made to show you're supposed to put a marker between the hexes to signify a battle. So I got me a little explosione. But here are our combatants. It is old Marquis, I guess, going against Custer. Both evenly rated. Custer sporting some cavalry, of course. Marquis got himself a nice old fat veteran. These are all veteran units. Pluses mean veterans. Composite units, French units. So it'll be the French going straight on against the U.S. with a little bit of Imperial Mexican. Untried units, we got to flip them on over. That's an untried Mexican composite unit. And a green garrison unit. And I also got their supply units. Probably could have stayed on the map because they're not going to contribute nothing. But you can see here, Custer's got his divisions of cavalry. 2 divisions of cavalry and a brigade of veteran infantry. We even got some Marine regiment. a cavalry brigade engineer unit, and our supply. Now, I think you can spend the supply to give column shifts. There's all kinds of column shifts going on there, but we haven't reached that point yet. This will be our first learn through of our first combat. All right. Now, another thing is, I do have naval supremacy, so I might have to have me naval support on this one. We'll have to look at the procedure and see what kind of modifiers we get. Which is definitely along the coast, and we definitely do have naval supremacy. So that's it for now. We'll be back. Find out how to do the combats. Right back. All right. On the procedure, when we do any combats, we got to determine who has the battlefield advantage. Mechanic I like. But also, and I took these tactics markers. I don't know why I had them in the staging areas, but here they got them displayed for them. I just bought one. We both got one, but now we determine if you want to use a tactics marker, and that will give you advantage in determining battlefield advantage. So U.S. players definitely gonna use a marker. Now let me see here. I think we can look at our markers. So let me look at this markers. Oh, let me see back here. Tactics. A player can recruit. Players cannot examine tactics markers in the bed. Well, I don't have a bed. We're just going to pick them up from the pile as they come on up. Players can examine tactics markers they have drawn. Okay, be right back. All right, I definitely know which one I'll be using. So I plates that was Custer. We'll look at the tactics marker here together. I mean, it's a solo game, so what the heck? It's the only one you could use. Well, I guess I need to decide whether to use it or not. Battlefield advantage. Huh. What kind of modifiers do we get? Hold on a second, I'll be right back. All right, so far we're even. We both have leaders. We both have veteran units. But the tactics marker will come in advantage. So, what kind of attack is it? We only have one advantage or one tactics marker for the Mexican unit. Do we want to waste it or hold it for a bigger attack that's to come? Decisions to be made. I believe we will hold on to our tactics marker. So therefore, we'll put it back here in the Imperial display. And we'll hold off on that because I might want to use that for the big attack coming against Maximilian. Alright, so that will be that. Let me look at the rest of the procedures here. And we'll be right back. Alright then. We're all even because we both have leaders, which is a +1. We both have veterans, which is a +1. The only difference will be the tactics marker. And the U.S. player will get a +2 in a die roll. Alright, we'll come back over here. We'll roll one die for the U.S. player. He gets a 4. That'll be a 6. And then for the Imperial, he gets a 2. Alright, U.S. player. Total battlefield advantage. Be right back. Alright, then with the Imperial player, the defender, won. He didn't have a chance to withdraw or engage in combat. The attacking player cannot select withdrawal. We're fine. Okay, first round of combat. But the battlefield advantage marker resolves fire using the procedures. So I'll be off to 15.3. Be back. Alright, what it says here, first thing we'll do is get these column shifts ready. And the first person to be able to use their supply points is the defender. He's got to decide first. And you only get one column shift, so he will definitely be using a supply point. Well, how do we do this? We'll put him over to the side here. He'll be using that for his column shift. And Custer, well, he's out in the open, but I guess he's going for all or nothing. It looks like a good battle anyway, so he'll get a column shift for one of his. You can only use one, so far there's a column shift to the left, negated by a column shift to the right. All the column shifts have been negated so far. Now we can also get a supply point. Each player can expend up to one supply point. Wrong one. If the side has naval superiority, which the Allies do, the side can commit a naval support unit. And there's no more battles I think we're going to be having along the coast, so it's a no-brainer for the Allied side to add another column shift for naval support due to our naval superiority. So we'll take that column shift. And then you have your engineers and everything. So I'm going to go ahead through all this, engineers, terrain, and all this, and we will proceed with the combat. I think I'm going to call this a vid because it's getting kind of long. So tune in to the next video. Find out what the results were for the Battle of Matamoros. First conflict in Rio Grande War, 1865.